Hi everyone, this is Kathir. Today I am going to talk about recognition, how much important rather than recall in user interface design. We people interact daily, various people and products. If we meet a person very frequently, we recognize easily with relevant information to them. If we are not met long time, we recognize but very hard to recover information to them because we forget since the person we met very long back. So we need to use our memory to recall the information. So there are two parts involved in each interaction, which are recognition and recall. The first one, recognition, happens easily based on familiarity. Second one, recall, requires memory process which can be varied based on contextual. So the Nielsen statement is recognition rather than recall. So minimize the memory load by making objects, accents and options visible. The user should not have to remember information from one part of the dialect to another. Instruction for use of the system should be visible or easily retrievable whenever appropriate. Example, you open Outlook mailbox. There find mail list, send mail, reply button, everything upfront. You can easily recognize and interact with the tool. Users don't need to use memory. But another example, if you use command line tool where you want to change file name or folder name, you require memory to retrieve the commands to change the file name or folder name. The memory of data will be effective based on the activation of data in your memory. So which involves practice and recency of usage and context of use. Memory activation depends upon amount of practice you do. The recency, how far away you practice the data. Context, how the data interconnected with other memory. So context is based on association. Example, most of people create passwords with other associated data. So example, name with date of birth or a combination of first and last name. So this association helps use memory. Recall on interface requires memory load, which may increase cognitive load and it leads to frustration when interact with the system. Creating recognition-based user interface and its components, which would be reduced memory process and leads frictionless interaction. Promote recognition in user interface by making information and interface functions visible and easily accessible. See, a product usually two components. One is the interface, the combination of buttons, navigation and other elements which will help user reach his goal. Another one is content, information that the user need. So you can make both the content and interface easy to remember. Both can benefit from designing for recognition rather than recall. Some examples which would supporting retrieval of information through recognition. E-commerce websites, Google, listing history of items recently visited and searches performed for in the near past. Then visible intuitive graphic user interface promotes recognition. Hope you understand how much important recognition rather than recall in user interface design. Hope you enjoyed my video. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next video.